What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back to more Patreon VGC Regulation G team fixing. This team is going to be built around Lunala. Lunala is actually a really cool mon. It's on this month's Patreon team submission post. If there's a team you want me to take a look at and do my absolute best to fix in a video just like this one, think about checking out the Patreon. Even the lowest tier gets access to all of these posts. We're doing tournaments, we're doing team fixings, I'm posting all my rentals over there. We're working really hard to make the Patreon a resource you would be foolish not to use for the low price of $2 a month. So for scrolling down here, we're going to be taking a look at Jacob's team. So they say, this is my first time posting for a team fixing. I'm very excited. This team is meant to treat Lunala as kind of a Volcarona on, I'm assuming, like a balanced team. But it sits out on the field, boosting with Calm Minds to eventually sweep everything. You have Friend Guard, Life 2, Moonlight Under the Sun to keep the Shadow Shield intact. They say they haven't found themselves using Urshi other than to knock out like a TR user that you can't taunt, but they think they might need to make their Ensign tankier as well. This is a pretty cool team. We're going to take a look at it right now. It's right here. I just want to say thank you, Jacob, so much for sharing your team with us. This is the Lunala team. So like Lunala balance with like a little bit of like Reg H tech and like Typhlosion squeaking in here. I will say I'm assuming this team is made for closed team sheets since we're using Frisk Typhlosion, but that leads me to the question of the day. Do you guys like open sheet content or closed sheet content more? Let me know which one you want to see more of and why. I like personally playing a lot of closed sheet, but I know a lot of people really want to get better at specifically regionals content, so they want to learn how to optimize for OTS. I feel like a lot of the teams that we kind of make them work in both. So let me know if you guys like one or the other or both in the comments, and let's start taking a look at this team again. The things that I like about this team: you got the Lunala item right. Lefties is a really good item on Lunala. Fairy's the right Terra, basically gaining a neutrality to most things or resistance to some other ones. There's not that many big steel mons running around. You don't see that many Zacians, and even if they were like Zenta with like Heavy Slam, Lunala's really fat, so like we don't have to worry about Heavy Slam. I think Lunala's doing things right here. I think you do probably need Protect to be able to optimize that leftovers recovery probably a little bit better than Moonlight, but Lunala's a good mon. Urshi Dark, I think good choice. You even have the Choice Band, which is I think really cool tech. I have a Lunala team I've featured in the past that utilizes Choice Band Urshi with it. These two go together very well. You force them to deal with your Urshifu before you bring in the Lunala, so it's a good mon. Clef is cool. I like that you have the Protect to be able to elongate the effectiveness of the Friend Guard. You might want a different defensive Terra on this Clef, but I think it's doing a lot of things right. Helping Hand's also cool. Life to Follow Me work. Whimsicott Ghost Sash makes sense. Taunt is actually kind of cool on Whimsicott. A lot of the times I think you might see Encore. A lot of the moves that you would like to taunt for something like a Whimsicott, you'd probably just be better off Encore. Like if they're going to go Calm Mind or like Meteor Beam or like literally anything, you could just Encore lock it, because you can catch them in moves that like don't work if you flip a Terra. Like for example, you can pivot in on like a Draco Meteor, block it with your Fairy typing, and then Encore a Draco Meteor. Pretty good stuff. I think Encore is probably a little bit better than Taunt on this Whimsicott. Ensign's cool. Avian Ensign's really good. I think Knockoff is still better than the Throat Chop on this set. But good EV spread on the Ensign. Probably a little bit too fast. Might need a little bit more bulk. You were saying 100 is like no man's land. You're not really outspeeding anything. There's not really that many base 130s in this format, so you don't really need to do that. And Typhlosion, I think you probably still would be better off using Timid. Otherwise, you're getting outsped by like Scarf Chiyu, and you actually still get outsped by like Scarf Urshi Water if they're timid, or if they're jolly. So I think those are the things I like and don't like. We're going to play some games with this team. The way these series goes is I analyze the team, I talk about what I like, talk about what I don't like. I play a few games with the team to get a good understanding of how the team was submitted. This one's by Jacob. And then from there, I'm going to do some team fixings, where I'm going to give you different examples of how I could optimize the team. We're going to fix everything, change up the EVs, moves, items, Pokemon, stuff like that, do all the special secret sauce, and then we're going to play some games with the new fixed version. So if that sounds like fun, let's hop into some games and get right into it. So this first game right here, let's see how this one's going to go. I don't really particularly care for the Typhlosion. I don't think it's adding enough value even with the Whims. I don't think Whims Typhlosion can hang in this format, right? This is a bad matchup, right? So Shadow Rider, Clef, like really good stuff. I don't think they're really doing, I don't think we really have that many options here. You could say like, you know, all right, well, I'm just going to tell you right now, what your team needs, what your team is missing, the secret sauce that you're missing is a mon that is a foil to Lunala, and that it does the same job. So I think you actually need a Porygon 2 here. Porygon 2 and Lunala go so well together, and that like, oh man, Lunala's so weak to Shadow Rider. You want to get them to lock in and go like big on the Astrals. You pivot in the P2, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and you just like foul play out. I think it would be a really good mon on this core. The Clef Shadow Rider is going to be problematic. I think we could lead in Sin, but you see, if we lead in Sin and then they lead their Ursh, like, yes, we can fake out it, which we have to fake out it, but then like we're at the mercy of whatever they're doing over here. Do we really have to lead like Incin Typhlosion? I'm going to lead Incin Lunala. We're going to try that. We're going to bring our Whimsicott, and then we're going to bring our Ursh. And I just don't really like this. Like, it's leaving a lot of things on the table. We have a lot of reactive mons here. Incin's very reactive. Fairy's very reactive. And then even our Urshifu and our Typhlosion, they're choiced, but they're choiced in really niche speed tiers to where we have to ask for a lot of permission. We don't get to dictate play. We have to react to what they're doing. So they're leading exactly perfectly based off what we said. Whose Intimidate was faster? Our Intimidate is faster. So we can actually fake out that Incin if we want. I think that probably is a good play. And, like, I think you just pull the Ripcord on the Ursh this turn. You trade the Incin, detect. Whoa, good play. Good play. Nothing wrong with that. They got our Terra out of it. Kind of sucks. You need the Terra. You need the double dip because you don't have, like, a ton of special attack. You have a good amount, but not a ton. So that kind of sucks. We could go for Throat Chop to stop Parting Shot. I understand that's why you have this, but I don't know how much I like it. I think you just pivot in here. This is where if we had that Encore there, we could have also, like, conditioned something like that. This is just so hard. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind, and they're just going to be able to punish. Yep. You don't want to go for the Moonblast in that situation, just because they're going to be able to outvalue. Yep, there's the Flare Blitz. We're almost gone. Now what we can do if we really want to is we can just Tailwind over and probably be fine. So I'm going to go for the Tailwind over, and I think what I'm going to actually do, let's try this. Let's try Sunny Day and Moonlight to get a full heal. And this will cut the power of the Surging Strikes, but it'll increase the damage of the, oh, don't get a full heal because they're still faster. Duh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, the Flare Blitz is probably going to pop me here, right? Unless they're going to the Whims. Oh, Parting. Cool. Hey, that absolutely works for me. I do not have any problems with that at all. Here's the Shadow Rider. Now we can just Tailwind over that guy. I wonder if they're sashed. I still wish we had Encore. Yeah, we can go Tailwind. And let me think about this. I think I'm going to go for the Moonblast into the Ursh. But I'll be bad. You got Normal Terra, buddy? You got Normal Terra, buddy? Normal Terra, you got Protect? Ground Terra. Okay, that works. This is still a lot of damage. This is still a 2-shot. Yep. And we're not like we're dead, so it's fine. Sash on the Whims. I think we're in a good spot here. You can fake out my Lunala or my Whims. My Whims has Cloak, but like it's... No, not Cloak, we're Prankster. I think the right play is just pivot in and Sin and just... See, this is where Protect would be like the best freaking thing ever, and we don't have it, right? This is where, like, if we had Protect, easy peasy, like lemon squeezy, games rinse and repeated over. I'm gonna go for a Moonlight. I'm gonna try and make a read, but this is where you need Protect, so you get these fake out pins. I think that's the really important thing here. Awesome. Moonlight's great. Get a full heal out of it. Yep. Oh, that's perfect. Shadow Shield busted. Cool. So we have a pin here. Our Sin does not still outspeed that Shadow Rider, so that's kind of bad. What we're going to do is just Throat Chop their Incin and go for a Moongeist Beam into their Shadow Rider. I think actually we could even get away with... Ah, damn, I should have Moonblasted. My fault. Should have Moonblasted, though. Would have gotten the guaranteed KO. Sash, anyway, so cool. So we got a crit. And we still outspeed, but they have Protect up as an option. So we got to think about what we want to do here. I think the right play is to just go for a U-turn there. And, like, honestly, I'm not too afraid of your Ursh at all. So I'm just going to go for a Moon Blast into your Bolt. We've definitely gotten back into the game. We've seen all 4 of their Mons. I'm really surprised to see Protect Bolt. Like, super surprised to see Protect Bolt. And they Protect Bolt. Like, where's the AV? That was such a crazy turn. Yeah, that was really bad for me. Dang, that was a great turn from them. I don't need this in Sin for anything, so I'll just let you take it out. I think that's fine. Are they trying to nuke my Lunala? Nah, that ain't it. Almost, but like not enough. And now I just get to get a free Tailwind back up, and I can go Tailwind Moonblast, or Tailwind, what is that move? Ooh, actually, if you send out your Incin, I'm pinned, so you had to go Ursh. Cool, I think I'm fine there. Okay, so you want to fake out. You're gonna fake out here. Okay, you're gonna go fake out here and attack. So we actually don't mind letting this thing go down, but I think what I'm gonna do is just go for, I think you can just Sucker Punch here, but we're intimidated. You know what? Like, you're Ground Terra, you have Astral Protect. I don't know if you have, like, Draining Kiss. I'll Wicked Blow you. and I'll pivot in my Ensign. Keep you honest out here. Fake out the Ursh, absolutely fine. Astral, awesome. Perfect. And you took Life Orb damage, so we can pin that with Sucker. And probably just fake out here. That Astral did a lot to our Ursh, by the way. Holy moly. You guys for Protect. I think it's fine. Yeah. Let's see. We have Sucker. We're locked into Sucker now. But now, if we throw like 2 attacks into the Shadow Rider, we just win. Cool. He's going to go for the Protect. He's going to make the Sucker fail, but then the Ensign pins. Yep. Whew. Harder than it had to be, right? Oh, he just scooped right there. We just take the win. Cool. So we win the battle. That was rough. That was a little bit harder than I wanted it to be, but you can already start to see that, like, if we had Protect on Lunala, we'd be able to weave things in a little bit better. In Sin, it all kind of feels clunky. The lack of Protects on the things like Lunala, the Whimsicott, make the team just a little bit clunky to use on the Ursh. So, like, we can't really pivot. We kind of lock ourselves in and have to force ourselves into trades, and it's just a rough matchup. Going into this one, another Shadow Rider with a Rock Pawn. But you saw, like, in the last game, right? They went for that one, like, great Protect when I went for a double, and, like, we lost all of our tempo. And so that's one thing we want to be able to fix is, like, give ourselves more Protects and more defensive options so we can, like, outplay those situations without having to lock ourselves into something bad. Let's think about what we want to do here. I actually don't think there's anything wrong with going with Typhlosion off the rip. It's good against most of those. So Typhlosion Whims is right here, and there's the Lunala. I want to bring Ursh, but I'm looking at Ensign as well. I think I like the Ensign just a little bit better than the Ursh here. I think Ensign and Ursh are doing the exact same thing, and we don't need both of them. So we can pivot in the Ensign if we want. I think I'm actually just going to pop. Wait, why does it have an Eviolite? What? Oh, and that Landorus could actually be faster than me if it's Choice Scarf, but like if it's Jolly, it's faster. So that actually really sucks. So if we want to pop it, we have to go Tailwind, not Sunny Day. Unfort. Stellar. Good thing we're Tailwinding, right? Wide Guard's a great play. Yep. And they went for Rock Slide and they got the miss. Cool. So we're just going to play around this. This is where, again, like, Encore is really nice to be able to catch things in Encore so they can't do all those weird things. I think we can probably just go for like a Moonblast right here. They have to Wide Guard still. And you can't taunt the Wide Guard and still, like, it's priority, right? So we get to go first. Wow, they didn't even use it. Rock Slide's fine. Intimidate on those guys is really good. There's no Clear Amulet. Imprison. What are you imprisoning? Weird. Very weird. Encore there. Again, you see how, like, this guy's getting set up for, like, so many Encore pins. I'm just going to go for the Moonblast here. Not a big fan of, like, mid-game, like, fake out and Sin pins. I think that Ensign's, like, a good mon, right? But I just don't really vibe with, like, and see, like, right here, they're getting, like, so much free tempo out of this. Again, if we had Encore here, this would have been, we've been over a while ago. But Bolt, let's see what Bolt's gonna do. I don't think there's a problem with, like, just U-turning into there. Not U-turn, sorry, Moonblasting into there and U-turning into the Bolt to give me another fake out pin. I don't think we lose here. Yeah, this is fine. Boom. Boom. Yeah, Lunala's fine here. You're going to bring out your Shadow Rider. We're going to flip on a Terra. And you already Terra'd, so like I should be able to trade with your Shadow Rider pretty well. Let's see it. I think we're in a good spot. There it is. Alright, so this is where if we had like Protects and stuff like that, we'd be able to like double Protect and see if they want to Protect and then Encore, right? Right here. That'd be the right play. Tailwind Moongeist Beam is correct, I think. And then if you are Sash, Typhlosion pins. Yep, this is fine, I think. Crunch, never lucky. Astral. Oh, Agility, the hell. Again, Encore. It's just Encore, bro. I just need to have Encore and you lose. I don't have any other things. That's actually like probably just game, honestly. Again, Encore would be so nice here. There's nothing that we really can do. Throw up a Sunny Day. You know, we're just going to get KO'd here. Bolt here, there it is. Give him a special attack boost. There's the Astral. Take way too much on our Ensign here. And we don't have Protect. That's the issue with this. We don't have Protect on anything. So I think we just lose out. We can try and make a read and go for a fake out there. No, they can't Terraslice. They already went Stellar. Alright, well, that's just that. I think the Typhlosion is more valuable than Lunala here. So, like, we're going to try and get a Moonlight out in case they want to go, like, Thunderclap here. They could honestly just go Thunderclap right there and Astral. But you see, like, we need Protects and we need, like, additional ways. It's a great play. Yep, and that's just GG's. So, weird game. But, like, again, I think there are a lot of things that we can optimize here. It's just the Clef isn't really bringing the support that we need. I think we're looking at it a little bit too much like a singles game. Of course, we're getting like all our weird matchups out of the way first. So that's probably going to be Urshi Water. They don't have that much speed control, so like Whims is good here. I don't think that like we're really that behind. We need Encore really bad. Otherwise, we can't do anything with this Whims. Because like you can catch so many Mons in like the wrong move with Encore here. I'm going to lead Whims and Ursh. We're going to get them to over-respect. Oh, they just scooped. That's fine. What we're going to do is lead Whims, Ursh, and then bring out Lunala, and then close Typhlosion. It's fine with me. We take those wins all the way to the bank. Kyogre. Alright, so Kyogre's a cool matchup. Against Kyogre, like, they have probably Sash Lucky. I'm assuming this is still Scarf, Urshi, Water, maybe like Life Orb. Probably like a Safety Goggle / Citrus Mental Herb. Probably Cloak here. And then, like, I don't know what the Ogre's using. I don't think it's Scarf because I think Scarf's over here. So I think it's like Mystic Water. It could still be AV. So I think that there's nothing wrong with leading Whims because we just get to do what we want with it. And then I'm actually going to with the Ursh to be able to pin their Trick Room mode. And then from there, again, we want to bring the Lunala to be the mid-game Mon. I don't think we're wrong in using Clef here, but we really need Protect on our other Mons to be able to actually use Life Dew. Otherwise, Life Dew doesn't, like, work. So that's just, you know, that's just kind of how it goes. Got to add Protect. I think the biggest thing about this guide is, like, or this little episode here is you got to add Protect. And so you could say, do I need to Tailwind here? Are we Adamant Ursh? We're Jolly. Cool. I'm so happy that we're Jolly. Good stuff. We don't need to Sunny Day here. I think you actually just nuke this. And, like, I don't care what you're doing. He's going Scarf, but, like, no, he's not Scarf. He's just Dunzoed. Yeah, it didn't look like Scarf to me. You know, you could say if I wanted to Tailwind, he Trick Rooms, but, like, no, it's fine. And I just want to check something here. Our Whims is, I forgot our Whims is not speed. So, like, that's a weird looking play. It's still fine, though. Now we can just Tailwind. Now we just Tailwind and we pin the Frigoraph. Cool. Yeah, Double Dip Dark's pretty nice. Boom. And what is the last one? I'm thinking it's probably Ursh, but, like, it's okay. That's Specs. Oh, it's Orb. Oh, damage multiplier, right? There's a damage multiplier in there. This is fine. I want to see if they bring in Ursh. There it is. Urshi Dark. Of course it's Urshi Dark. You guys think it's sashed? I could Sunny Day here. Yeah, I think I will. I just want to be able to make that Thunder not as impactful into the matchup. There's the miss. Easy peasy. Wicked Blow. Clef ain't taking that much damage. Like, we are taking some damage, but not an ungodly amount. And now we just go Follow Me. And you might as well just go, like, not Follow Me. You see what we're doing here. Electro-Up's fine. You can get the KO here. But, let's see if it's Sash. No Sash. Awesome. They're banded over there. Easy peasy. Cool. And we just grind them out with just this. So, kind of weird game, right? Kind of weird. But it's okay. It didn't look like Scarf Ogre off the rip. It just really didn't. Alright, so Zenta. Alright, so Fire Pawn. That looks like Water Urshifu. I wonder what the Raichu's doing. I would like to use Typhlosion here. I think I might actually really try Typhlosion. So Clef Typhlosion gives me redirection away from Sucker Punch and lets me pin the things I want to pin. We lose this at some point, and then we get to just repin with, like, our other Mons that are really good. And this also lets me, like, low-key avoid a lot of, like, fake-out pins. So we got the Lunala here. Yeah, I mean, we need Protect. Like, that's the thing. I think it's really cool to use, like, the Moonlight with, like, the sun and everything like that, but, like, you're leaving a lot of things on the table. So we see AV Raichu. AV Raichu. You could fake out there, but Helping Hand's faster. Are you fake outing my Typhlosion, good sir? Are you fake outing my Typhlosion, good sir? Because we're going to go Helping Hand, soak the fake out, and double tap them. They can Terastallize too. I think that's fine. I don't think you actually... This is the one good thing about this match, but you don't need to Terastallize your Lunala. He's going for the right play. That's correct, I would say. Don't fake out my Typhlosion, bro. There it is. There's a fake on the club. Good play. Love this. Great trades. Great trades. You can hit the Typhlosion. Oh, Swords Dance. See it? They're just pinned. The game's over. Yep. So we just follow me away here, and we double tap the Ursh. They are faster than this because, again, they're Jolly Scarfed. So it sucks that, like, they're Jolly Scarfed and they get to outspeed, because now, like, we need to come in with Whimps instead of Tailwind instead of setting a Sunny Day. We didn't even die. Yeah, it's just Scoop, though. Yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So you're seeing timids. Sorry, you're seeing changes we need to make. This needs to be timid. This needs to have Encore if we're going to keep it. This thing needs a little bit more optimization. You got to have Protect on the Lunala, in my opinion. Before we get into the fixing, I want to take a look at 2 Lunala teams that I built right before Indianapolis Regionals. This is the first one. The reason why it stuck out to me, right, is because, like, we're using the same stuff. Lunala, Banded Ursh, Redirection Fairymon, Whims, and then, like, you see the Incin, we talked about it. It's not really providing enough differences from the Ursh. The Ursh is the dark/fighting pivot that we need. It's that bulky Dark Mon that we can use to pivot in and block Ghost moves on our Lunala. You're already getting that with Ursh. You don't need to double dip that. What you actually need is something that's complete opposite to say, like, no, Ghost moves don't exist. You can't use them. You need to use fighting moves. And if you're using more fighting moves, then that makes our Lunala better pivot for the Porygon. So they cover each other up very well. I also am using, like, a Zoroark on this team because Zoroark can disguise itself as any of these Mons. So I really like this Zoroark variant. Maybe when I give this team back to them, I'll give them both pace for these teams as well. But Zoroark's really, really cool on this team because they have to respect, like, when I lead Whimsicott Zoroark and it's disguised as Lunala, and they go, like, all in, like, trying to double tap break the Shadow Shield, and then, like, Zoroark just blows up one of their Mons, and then I bring out my real Lunala once they've wasted their Terra. We're in a great spot. The other version of this team was one that a buddy of mine used at Indianapolis Regionals, and the reason why I have Water Pawn here is because this covers up for this team's somewhat bad matchup into, like, Amoonguss, being able to go, like, Redirection with a Grassmon to redirect Spores here. This is Safety Goggles as well. The Clefable is very different from the initial Clefairy, and that I don't think Friendguard's very valuable on these teams. Just because, like, you're not trying to mitigate everything. Like, it's actually a little bit better to, like, just stack Cosmic Powers here and then go for, like, the redirections and you have, like, Life Dew and stuff like that. Because, like, this thing trades really well with Ursh, and then Cosmic Power lets it, like, really, really outvalue things like Terapagos, a lot of the Ogerpon stuff. Like, I really like the Cosmic Power. It puts them on a little bit of a timer, and when you get into those Trick Room games, because this team is now a Trick Room team, it's sort of like a Tail Room team, and you're stacking these Cosmic Powers, they can't ever make it, so, like, you're elongating the effectiveness of the Life Dew by having Cosmic Power on this Mon. So it's a really, really good set. The other changes that this team has this Lunala is a lot slower, it's a lot bulkier. This is a really, really good Lunala EV spread. You're maximizing your amount of, like, leftovers recovery. You have the right speed tiers. You don't really, you had your Lunala at 130 base speed. You only really need to get to 121 to be able to outspeed you know, very, very niche Mons in some weird situations. This is going to be outspeeding things that would outspeed Genies if they had, like, a +1 multiplier. So this is going to be able to, like, make sure you're outspeeding, like, Rillabooms and Incins and stuff like that, and that's about it. Urshifu, again, a bulky banded Urshifu. You're putting a lot more value in bulk here, and you're just using this guy to trade. We have a Grass Tear here, so again, we can play around that redirection because Amoonguss is such a problem Pokemon in this format. You guys might not be seeing it yet, but just wait like 2 weeks and Amoonguss is going to be everywhere. So you have, like, Goggles, Grass Terra, you know, all this stuff. If you want to double dip your Dark, you can, but I also really like the Grass Terra on it. Sash Whims, gotta have that Encore. I think the Encore is what makes this Mon really good. You can protect with your teammates now, right? And then pivot in and catch them with Encores. It's so nice. And I really like this Porygon 2 set. You're basically just sitting there and Eerie Impulsing all of your threats. You can always just protect with Lunala, even against bad matchups like Shadow Rider, and then Trick Room with your Porygon. And then from there, just Eerie Impulse their Shadow Rider, and you don't really care. So instead of, like, all the Moonlights and everything like that, now you have the access to, like, see the matchup, make them waste their resources pinning you, but you have access to, like, Foul Play for things like Ice Rider and other threats, and you have Eerie Impulse for everything else. And you also have Trace Porygon. I think Trace Porygon to be able to come in and trace those Intimidates, trace other weathers. There's a lot of, like, really, really cool... Like, if you trace, like, Water Pond, Water Absorb, they can't, like, really hit you very well. There's a lot of little situations where I really, really like Trace. So I think this team's really, really cool. I like the Water Pond version just a little bit more, but the Zoroark team is a little bit of fun. I think, like, because these teams are so similar, I'm just going to play some games with this one, and I'm going to show you guys how it works. I think that, like, we would just be changing your Lunala to fit this EV spread because I've done all the calcs for this. Note that we've also cut the Moonlight light here. You don't need the Moonlight. It's just not valuable enough. You already get a bunch of the healing with leftovers and protect and being able to weave in like life dews and stuff like that. So I think this is a good team, and we're going to go play some games with it right here. It's going to be right here, but let me know. I don't want to say this is like a cop-out, right? But I do just feel that this is like the better team. And I know a lot of you guys really like the team fixing things like that, but it's just so similar to this one. And I feel like this one does a really, really good job of, you know, covering up for a lot of Lunala's, you know, somewhat bad matchups. This really helps for Shadow Rider. This actually can fight Terapagos, whereas before we had like no Terapagos matchup. Like, oh, here's Terapagos, right? So the other team that you had like no matchup into Terapagos, in my opinion, just because Lunala is too reactive. This is probably still going to be Urshi Water. I'm assuming like this looks, I don't think it's Scarf. I think it's probably like a Mystic Water set. There's going to be that Booster Flutter, probably with Taunt. So like honestly, like a Redirection Trick Room board just gets that off. So I'm trying to think what we want to do. If we want to go Ogerpon or Porygon. Or Ogerpon or Clef on the rip. We could also even just lead like this. That's what I really like about this team. You can just like, if you don't lead with your fake outs and you want to go like Urshi Flutter, you just lose, right? So let's try that. Let's try that and see how it goes. And I still think you can just outvalue Porygon. Porygon should just be able to 1v1 Terapagos and just stall out the Terra Starstorms if they're like a choice item set. Even if they're not a choice item set, you only get 8, right? So it's like if I just stick Eerie Impulse on you every single turn, you're really sad. I think people need to be building their teams to better deal with like stall. Not like full stall, like pressure stall, even though it's definitely viable. I think like Porygon can just say, if you're like a special attacker that has like an 8 PP move and that's all it uses, Porygon just waits you out. Like I trade my recovers and like Eerie Impulses for those, and then you don't have any more damage and you can't win the matchup. So let's see what they want to do here. You might even want to argue like don't bring Lunala into this matchup. You could probably go like double Redirection and like Porygon and probably just get the win. So Terapagos off the rip. Really? So you have fake outs up. They're going to go fake out here. And like, what are you doing there? Like I can encore that. I can encore that. I don't think there's a problem with like Moonblasting. Remember this Wims we're faster right here. So like we're going to be able to go Moonblast or break the Terra Shell. They have to be respectful of Ghost Terra or Cloaks on either of these. And we're just going to throw Close Combat out there. Easy peasy. Like you have to fake out here. You have to do it. So let's see what they want to do. And I don't really mind if they do. It's not the end of the world. We just go right into Porygon. Oh, well, we don't know if they're Specs Terapagos. Yep, they're pivoting. Awesome. That's the right play. I think that's the right play. And they didn't fake out, so they're just going to lose this Electabuzz on the first turn. Easy peasy. That's one mon down. Being able to really speed up and pin these guys is really nice too. So we haven't shown Encore. We didn't need to set Tailwind. Here's an Incin. Great Incin. We can actually pin that with Urshifu this turn. Here's the Terapagos. I don't know if we want to lose our Ursh. We can just drop a Protector. We don't have to lose anything. And we can just pivot in the Porygon and start going to town. Because we need to see what kind of Terapagos this is. If you go for anything defensive, you get Encored, right? And we get an Intimidate pivot back. That's so good. That's so good, right? The fake out, easy peasy, bro. Calm mind. Encore. Win the game. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. It's actually right here to Terrastallize to make sure you don't get KO'd by a Flare Blitz. Because they could protect a player on my Encore here. So you go Ghost Terra. Encore there. I think we can actually just double pivot out our Porygon right here. And so, if you're Flare Blitzing us, there's a Protect. I think we live because you're intimidated. That's the right play. Yep, and we ate it. And now they're like big pinned. We know that their last Mon is Rillaboom, right? So what we do here is we just Encore right there. We still do the Encore, still keep them honest, and just pin their Incin. They have to exude a ton of resources here. And I think it's better to go after the Incin than it is to go after the Pagos here with the Close Combat. I don't think that the Close Combat is like inherently right into the Pagos. I think I'd rather go into the Incin. It'd make you have to go Ghost Terra Incin to get out of this pin, and if you go Ghost Terra Incin, your Terapagos doesn't like work correctly. So like I could just outvalue it with just Porygon, I think. But they're thinking that is a line that I don't really want to deal with. Yep, pivot out for Rillaboom, absolutely okay. And Encore will fail, and that's fine. Incin goes down, and you see we still have the pin, right? We have not lost any sort of pin at all. I think the way that we get out of this is you're going to have to fake out here. I could drop a Protect and then Encore. I don't think there's a problem with that. Just pivot in the Porygon. And then we're just going to get set up to go for Eerie Impulses for days. Trace, Grassy Surge, Lamau. There's a Stellar Terra. He's going deep. Took away his grassy terrain. Well, now fake out, so we can encore that. So we go encore there, and we just, I don't know if you outspeed or what. I don't know how you're built. The right play is just Tailwind then, and not even care about it. I think that's the right play. Right play is just a fadeaway Tailwind, and then, like, I don't care about your Rilla because I'm going to come with Ursh and just one-shot it. So, like, I'm thinking foul play Rilla and just start getting ready to do that. Or I could even, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Tailwind, and I'm just going to recover. Yep. Just have the Porygon tapped off. Don't have to worry about anything. Grass going to take care. That's surprising. Sub. Okay. That's different to the matchup now. So your moveset is Calm Mind, Protect, Terra, Starstorm, Sub. And you've already used one. This is fine. Good play, though. I really like that. That's really, really cool stuff. Ursh. We need to get this thing, like, off the board. I think Wicked Blow plus Eerie Impulse is enough to have value. Because we're still faster than them. I was surprised to see we're still faster than them instead of Tailwind. So that means that Ursh is definitely faster, too. Crazy. Sub Pagos is, like, next level good stuff. I like that a lot. If you protect, you're still losing your sub. And, like, what are you going to do? Like, Woodhammer my Ursh? Like, I don't really care. Awesome. I think we're fine. And we can even, like, pivot out our Porygon to be able to, like, better deal with some of these other things. We're probably going to lose our Ursh this turn, but they are at -2. You see how they don't do anything? Yeah, oh my gosh, not even close, bro. Not even close. Look at that damage. And, like, I think you just lock up that slot and then Porygon just gets the win. Because you only have one attack, right? You only have 6 Terra Starstorms left. And if I stick one more Eerie Impulse, there's no way you ever claw that back. Big damage. You can start Calm Minding. Like, go nuts. I'm not even going to get KO'd here. Oh my gosh, that is like absolute. Porygon is so good. It's ridiculous. And that's a scoop. So, we talked about it. The team you submitted with like the Typhlosion and other things, no matchup versus like Pagos in my opinion. This one though, you see the Pagos and you're like, Porygon says you don't get to play the game. I really, really like the changes. We're going to play a few more games, but yeah, you see, like, you can just play so much more patiently. You have so much better pivots. There's protects. We don't even need the Lunala. Like, we've optimized the team so well that, like, the Lunala is, like, not even required. The Encore comes in so clutch. Miraidon, Politoed. Okay. So, against Miraidon, they have Fake Outs here, right? Fake Outs give this team problems. They do. I think that Lunala is not bad into Miraidon. It's not that it's bad. I don't dislike Porygon off the rip. You can lead like this in a Miraidon, I think. And I'm thinking which ones I want here. I don't mind Clefable here. Clefable's decent into hands. Porygon's usable. Water Pond's also like really usable here. I think I'm going to try the Water Pond. Let's try and play just really aggressive into this, because we haven't really done that yet. We haven't tried to play really aggressive yet. Maybe I'm making a mistake here, but I think we're going to be able to make some good plays here. I don't see a problem with double protect. You see how like we're gathering info, and then if they ever use the wrong move, we have that turn to Encore. Like, it's so nice. So we're gonna see: are you flip turning? Are you wave crashing? Are you setting up something like a sub? Are you going for a protect of your own? Like, you see how we're the ones in the driver's seat now? They've blown a Terra already. That's so nice. It's a double protect, easy peasy. Last respects. Okay, cool. Porygon's a great pivot there if we wanted to do it. Porygon is a great pivot there if we wanted to do it. I think we can just, so this is 143. He's definitely faster than me. I could pivot in my Ursh. I don't mind Tailwinding. And I think I will just Terra here and Moongeist Beam right there. If you would like to pivot and do something, I don't really care. You can go Last Respects. I'm not dead. Yep, I'm good. Shadow Shield's kind of nice. We eat the Weather Ball even if you're Spexed, it's fine. Sash. Weird. Very weird. Weird, weird, weird. Awesome. So Weather Ball goes up there. I don't think it's the end of the world. We're going to pivot out for Ogre Pond. Go for a Moonblast pin in there. And then now we have Ogre Pond to be able to pin like all of these with like a Tailwind up. I really like that. Really, really like that. Lunala's still hanging out. Protect's fine. So we have 2 Mons that go into this slot pretty well. 262. I just want to check our speed here. We have like no investment. there's not a problem with a double protect. If you hit this as well with like a contact move or something, like I think we're fine. Like we can just chill. We just want to be able to retail win in a couple turns. Fake out there. Spiky shield value. All right, I'm looking at this. What are you going to do? Is there a way that you nuke this that I don't like? I don't even need Lunala anymore. I can Encore there and make sure you can't... I don't think Ice Beam... Ice Beam would have to freeze me. That'd be the problem. Cool. Yep, Encore the Fake Out. Ivy Cudgel. Big damage. Weather Ball. Yep, now just Retail Wind. Cool. Retail Wind. Go for... Let's see, you have Miraidon back there. Which Ivy Cudgel is still the right play. But you see how, like, the value... Like, we're not even really utilizing Lunala anymore. I mean... I don't want to say that, but like we're not even being forced to do it. Whimsicott, Ogerpon, and our other Mons are burdening so much more of like dealing with these matchups. There's the Miraidon we were talking about here. Fresh Coat of Paint on our Tailwind, easy peasy here. Ivy Cudgel comes out, and there's no more rain, so like I don't really care about your Basket Legion. We could even drop a double protect here and Scout. I don't think that's really wrong. They still have hands. I can just protect here and cudgel that. And I don't really care if you do anything to my Ogerpon. Double pivot. Nice. Are you protecting? No. Bonked. Easy peasy. Okay, here's Miraidon. Need an attack boost there. We still have all of our Mons in the back. I don't think there's like a problem with redirecting. We should be able to redirect both of their attacks, I'm thinking. I'd like to keep my Whimsicott around if I'm at all possible to do so. Yep, I'm going to go for the Follow Me. Great damage. We wouldn't have gotten a KO there. If we live here, that's great. Ah, never lucky. Heavy Slam? Yeah, GG's. I mean, not GG's, but like, that's bad. I think we're still fine. We have Fairy Tear to go into the hands for the 1v1 if we need it. And we should be able to break there. They did tear. They tear the Politoed. So yeah, we should just be fine to, let me think about that. We have a turn Tailwind up. We have to go into this guy with Ursh though. I don't like that, but it's fine. Moonblast hands. Wicked Blow takes out Miraidon. Yeah, and then they get to Drain Punch there. But then like Lunala gets a couple turns to like do whatever it wants. So that's fine. Wild Charge. Oh, cool. That's fine. GG's. Yep, we're good to go. Awesome. Good game. So I definitely think this team has a lot better matchups now. We beat Miraidon, we beat Kyogre, we beat Zenta, we beat a lot of cool things. This isn't like the most in-depth team building guide I've ever done for this one, but I just want you to see that like it was so close. Like I don't feel like I've faulted you guys in saying that like this team with like Typhlosion and Incin, we really just kept us. We added a secondary, like, redirector, right? We changed one of your redirectors slightly to Clefable. And then from there, like, we added the bulky defensive pivot Porygon too. You were doing too much trying to have Incin and Ursh on this team. And then, like, Typhlosion just wasn't providing the right support at the right speed tier. If you want a more aggressive one, I'll give you the Zoroark version. If you want the more reactive one with Water Pawn that I think is actually better, the reason why we also are using Water Pawn over something like a Fire Pawn is because we want to be able to redirect Spores, but we also want to be able to pin Incins, right? This is a good matchup into Urshifu Water. There's a good matchup into Incin. Those are two Mons that give Lunala a lot of problems. So I really do like this one. And maybe if you don't like one of these teams, you can kind of fuse some of your ideas. If you want to still keep some of the Sunny Day and the Moonlights, maybe you kind of fuse some of these ideas together. But sit back on your Porygon. Utilize the pressure that your Ogerpon brings to the table with this team, and yeah, that's pretty much it I want to say before we get out of here, guys. Don't forget to answer the question of the day. Do you guys like OTS or CTS more? I definitely just want to know which one you guys like more so I can make that sort of content moving forward, especially with Reg G starting early in January. And if you guys have a team you guys want to submit, think about checking out the Patreon. Even the lowest tier gets access to all this. We have rentals, we have tournaments. We're making pretty consistent posts over there. We're making a lot of progress. And like I said at the start of the video, I want to make the Patreon a resource that you'd be foolish not to use for the low price of $2 a month. Times are always hard for YouTubes at the start of the year. We don't get any ad revenue as creators for the first 2 months of the year. So think about checking out the Patreon if you want to show some support for the channel. And if you guys want to show some support without dropping any subs, you guys can think about checking out the the 6v6 singles channel where we've been making BDSP content. We're working really, really hard on it. I'm trying to get this channel partnered as soon as possible so we can earn ads on these videos too. Because right now, YouTube earns all the ads on these videos, no matter how good or bad they are. We could have a video go viral and get 100K views, and I wouldn't see a cent until we're actually until we're partnered. So think about dropping a sub on this channel. We're making daily content over here as well. So think about checking that out. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.